Remember Kevin, the guy whose wife left him 3 years ago because he let himself go? Because he gained 40 pounds during their marriage? Because she wasn't attracted to him anymore? He's 47 now. Lost 60 pounds. Built muscle. Got a new wardrobe. New haircut. New confidence. Looks better than he did at 30. Lives in a nice apartment. Dates women in their 30s. Living his best life. And his ex-wife Michelle won't stop calling. She's 45. Gained 30 pounds since the divorce. Dating pool dried up. Realizes she traded a decent man for nothing. Now she wants him back. Texts him weekly. Calls monthly. Shows up at places she knows he'll be. Kevin's phone lights up. Michelle again. He declines the call. Puts the phone down. Goes back to his life. The life he built after she destroyed the one they had. This is Kevin's story. Kevin married Michelle when he was 35. She was 33. Both decent shape, both working, both building a life. The first 5 years were good. Normal marriage, normal stress, normal life. Then work got demanding. Kevin's job as an operations manager required long hours. Stress eating started. Gym time disappeared. 40 pounds accumulated over 7 years. Kevin went from 180 pounds to 220. Not obese. Just out of shape. Dad bod. Normal for married guys in their 40s. Michelle started making comments. About his weight. About his appearance. About how he used to look. Kevin tried. Started diets. Lasted 2 weeks. Started gym memberships. Used them twice. He was tired. Stressed. Comfortable. The weight stayed. Michelle's attraction faded. She said it openly. I'm just not attracted to you anymore. You let yourself go. You stopped trying. Kevin heard it repeatedly for 2 years. At 44, Michelle asked for divorce. Michelle sat Kevin down, said she couldn't do this anymore, wasn't attracted to him, needed to find herself, deserved to be happy. The standard script. Kevin was devastated. He'd been comfortable, took the marriage for granted, let himself go physically. He knew it. But he never thought Michelle would leave over it. They had 12 years together. History. Commitment. Vows. Michelle said vows don't override attraction. She married someone fit. She didn't sign up for someone who stopped caring about appearance. She had one life. She wasn't spending it with someone she wasn't attracted to. The divorce was quick. No kids. Assets split. Kevin moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. Michelle kept the house. Kevin paid some settlement. Signed papers. Started over at 44. He spent the first month depressed. Eating poorly. Gaining more weight. Hitting 230. Rock bottom. Then something clicked. Michelle left because he let himself go. Fine. He'd show her what she walked away from. Kevin joined a gym the next day. Kevin hired a trainer. Bought a meal plan. Went to the gym 6 days a week. Cardio. Weights. Consistency. No excuses. The weight came off slowly. 5 pounds first month. 8 pounds second month. 10 pounds second month. 10 pounds third month. 6 months post-divorce. Kevin was down 30 pounds. Back to 200. Started seeing muscle definition. Bought new clothes that actually fit. Got a modern haircut. Updated his look completely. 1 year post-divorce, Kevin was 170 pounds. 50 pounds lighter than when Michelle left. More muscular than he'd been at 30. 45 years old and in the best shape of his life. But it wasn't just physical. The gym gave him confidence. Discipline. Purpose. He felt better. Looked better. Carried himself differently. Women noticed. Colleagues noticed. Everyone noticed. Kevin started dating. Set up profiles on apps. Within a week, he had 50 matches. Women in their 30s and early 40s. Attractive women. Interested women. Kevin realized something. At 45, fit and financially stable, he had options. More options than Michelle had at 43. Michelle didn't transform after the divorce. She celebrated her freedom. Posted new chapter content on social media. Went on girls' trips. Dated casually. Enjoyed being single. Then reality hit. The dating pool at 43 was brutal. The men she matched with were disappointing. Divorced dads with baggage, never married men with issues. Men significantly older. Men significantly less attractive than Kevin had been even at his heaviest. Michelle started comparing. Every date to Kevin. Every conversation to the 12 years they had. every man to the stability Kevin provided. None measured up. She'd left a decent man with a weight problem for a dating pool with much worse problems. Meanwhile, Michelle gained weight herself. Stress. Age. Less motivation. The 30 pounds came quickly. At 45, she looked worse than Kevin had when she left him. The irony wasn't lost on Kevin's friends, or Michelle's. 1 year after the divorce, Michelle texted Kevin, "Hey, how are you? Been thinking about you." Kevin saw it. Didn't respond immediately. Wondered what prompted it. 2 days later he replied, "Doing well, thanks for checking in." Michelle responded instantly. Long paragraph, asking about his life, what he's been doing, if he's seeing anyone, if they could grab coffee sometime, just to catch up. Kevin declined politely, said he was busy, moved on with his life. The text continued, monthly, at first, then weekly. Michelle asking to meet, to talk, saying she missed him, missed what they had, made a mistake, wanted to try again. Kevin's friends showed him Michelle's social media. She'd been stalking his profiles, seeing his transformation, seeing him with other women, realizing what she walked away from. Michelle wasn't reaching out because she missed Kevin. She was reaching out because she missed the stability she traded for nothing. If you're going through a divorce or breakup, if someone left you because you weren't good enough, if you're thinking about transforming, subscribe right now. Because what Kevin did next, how he responded to Michelle, and why his story matters to every man will change how you see post-divorce life. Hit subscribe. Keep watching. Kevin realized something profound through this experience. Michelle didn't leave because he gained weight. She left because she thought she could do better. The weight was the excuse. The real reason was hypergamy. She believed at 43 she had options that exceeded a slightly overweight husband. She was wrong. The market corrected her. At 43, divorced, she had far worse options than Kevin. Even Kevin at his heaviest was better than what was actually available to her. But Kevin didn't transform to get Michelle back. He transformed to get his life back, to feel good again, to have options again, to prove to himself he could. Michelle's regret was just a side effect, a pleasant side effect, but not the goal. Kevin looked at his life now versus with Michelle. He was happier, healthier, had more options, better options. Women who wanted him as he was now, not women who tolerated him until something better appeared. Kevin finally understood. Michelle leaving was the best thing that happened to him. After 6 months of texts and calls, Kevin agreed to meet Michelle for coffee. Not because he wanted her back, because he wanted closure, wanted to see her face when she saw him, wanted to understand what she was thinking. They met at Starbucks. Michelle arrived first. Kevin walked in. Michelle's face changed. Shock. Recognition. Something else. Regret. Kevin looked incredible. Fit. Well-dressed. Confident. Michelle looked older. Heavier. Tired. The contrast was stark. They talked for 30 minutes. Michelle did most of the talking. About regretting the divorce. About making a mistake. About the dating pool being terrible. About missing what they had. About wanting to try again. Kevin listened, nodded, then said the words Michelle didn't want to hear. "Michelle, you left me because you thought you could do better. You were wrong. But I'm not your backup plan. I'm not here to rescue you from the consequences of your choice. I've moved on. You should too." Michelle tells her friends a different story. She tells them Kevin changed, became shallow, only cares about looks now, lost the man she married, became someone else. Her friends know the truth. Kevin became the man Michelle said she wanted. Fit, attractive, confident. She just assumed he'd become that man and still be available to her. She assumed he'd transform and wait for her to notice. She was wrong. Michelle tells herself she left for valid reasons. Kevin did let himself go. She wasn't attracted. She had needs. But deep down, Michelle knows the truth. She left a decent man with a fixable problem for a dating pool with unfixable problems. She traded a husband who gained 40 pounds for dating apps full of men she wouldn't have looked at twice when she was married. She traded 12 years of history for 3 years of disappointment. She traded Kevin for nothing, and Kevin traded her for everything. Kevin's dating a 36-year-old named Sarah. No kids. Career-focused. Fit. She appreciates Kevin's discipline, his transformation, his story. She sees a man who rebuilt himself, who has his life together, who knows what he wants. Sarah met Kevin post-transformation. She didn't know heavy Kevin. She doesn't have that comparison. She chose fit, confident, 47-year-old Kevin because that's who he is to her. Michelle knew Kevin at his lowest, chose to leave instead of supporting his climb back. Now she wants access to transformed Kevin. But transformed Kevin isn't the man she married. He's better, and he's with better. Kevin takes Sarah to nice restaurants, weekend trips, events, posts occasional photos. Not to make Michelle jealous, though it does, because he's happy. Actually happy. For the first time in years, Michelle sees the photos, comments occasionally. Glad you're doing well. Kevin likes the comment, doesn't respond, continues his life. The life Michelle's not part of anymore. Kevin's story teaches men a critical lesson. Your wife leaving might be the push you needed, the catalyst for becoming who you should have been, the motivation you lacked when comfortable. Kevin got comfortable, stopped trying, gained weight, took Michelle for granted. He admits this. Michelle leaving forced him to change, to rebuild, to become better. But here's the key. Kevin didn't transform to get Michelle back. He transformed to get himself back. The confidence, the health, the options. That was the goal. Michelle's regret is irrelevant. Men, if your wife leaves because you let yourself go, don't beg her to stay. Don't promise to change. Just change. Transform. Become undeniable. Not for her, for you. Let her watch from the sidelines. Let her regret. Let her call. Then decline. Because the woman who left you at your lowest doesn't deserve you at your highest. Kevin's 47 now, 3 years post-divorce. Best shape of his life. Dating Sarah. Happy. Healthy. Thriving. Michelle's 45. 3 years post-divorce. 30 pounds heavier. Dating pool exhausted. Alone. Calling Kevin monthly. Texting weekly. Asking to try again. Kevin's phone rings. Michelle again. He declines. Puts the phone down. Goes to the gym. Meets Sarah for dinner. The life he built from the ashes of the marriage Michelle burned down. Michelle's home alone. Scrolling through Kevin's social media. Seeing him with Sarah. Seeing his transformation. Seeing the life she could have had if she'd stayed. If she'd supported instead of abandoned. If she'd believed in him instead of leaving. Kevin won't take her back. Not because he's bitter. Because he's moved forward. Michelle's stuck looking backward at what she walked away from. Kevin's looking forward at what he built. The phone still rings. Kevin never answers. That's the power of transformation. You don't need validation from the person who didn't believe in you. You just need to become undeniable. Let them watch. Let them crook rate. Let them call. You don't have to answer. Comment below men who transformed after divorce or breakup. What happened when she saw the new you? Did she reach out? Did you respond? Share your story. Subscribe for more truth about transformation, consequences, and the power of becoming your best self after someone leaves. The best revenge is becoming undeniable.